Hello. I wanted to make this video for anybody who is already in a security officer position, a bouncer position, anybody who will be handling guests, or potentially looking and seeing if they have what it takes to start a security guard job. I've been doing security for about 3 years now, and I think I have grasped a really good concept of what it takes to be a good officer versus a lot of, I guess, bad or poorly equipped officers. It really comes down to who you are as a person. I think the first most important thing to think about is getting a workout routine for yourself. It doesn't make sense if you are in a security officer position or a bouncer position to not be in the best shape that you possibly can be, or at least attempting to become stronger or more able to protect yourself when it comes down to it. You might be needing to kick out somebody. You might be needing to protect a guest from an altercation. You might be needing to break up a fight. There's a whole lot of things that come into that, but being in the best shape that you can be is going to already be a visual deterrent for anybody that might be thinking about causing a problem. They see a jacked security officer walking towards them, they're going to think twice before starting something. If they see this skinnier, less able person walking towards them, they might think that they can get away with more things. So it just makes more sense to have a workout routine. It is your job to protect people as a security officer, so why not be built for that? So I would say if you don't start a workout routine, even if it's not like you don't need to be huge, but at least be trained and stronger, or at least giving you more of a presence. You get that? The next thing that will absolutely help you when it comes to dealing with people verbally is if you have a customer service background, you already know how to talk to people. If you don't have a customer service background, it really can go a good or bad way real quick based off of your tone with people. You don't have to always come in hot and trying to make demands as to what the person has to do, because a lot of the times people will tend to be easier going and less conflict when it comes to if you're just talking to the person to person, man to man. If they're not really a problem, you don't have to come in, like I said, hot and heavy. You don't have to necessarily go full force at them. If it is somebody who is being problematic, you probably have to kind of go in there a little bit more authoritarian wise. But again, you got to make sure that nobody likes to be disrespected. So you can't really talk down to them like a child because they're not a child. So that definitely helps in that aspect. The last advice that I will give in this video is if you are just an observant person. Being observant, a lot of these security jobs will just want a observe and report basis. They don't necessarily want the officers to get involved necessarily. They just want to observe, report, and then have, let's say, the sheriff's office handle somebody who's being a problem, or the police actually come in, and then they'll escalate it from there. From my perspective, a lot of things happen when you're not expecting it. And a lot of people on the security job will tend to get used to the mellow lifestyle, like say a mall. They tend to kind of kick back, kind of get relaxed. They're not ready for what their job is really entitled for. It's a security job. It's not just to stand around, but a lot of people do tend to stand around or sit around, or they're on their phone. They're getting easily distracted. If you are observing, it'll give you a much better chance of stopping something that might be happening soon, or it'll give you just to be aware of your surroundings. It's already a better thing to be good at versus just sitting around, getting distracted by all these other things, talking. Again, that's not what you get paid to do. So just also keep that in mind. I'll probably be going into some stories later on this channel, whether it's going to be telling a version of how I first started off in security, what I did versus my knowledge now, what I would have done instead of that situation, as well as me being now the better knowledge that I have, situations that I've been through recently. Might get into some storytelling, so if that's cool, stick around, subscribe, and we shall see how this goes.